Kade Simpson is next, our aging talisman, our club legend. That's really what he is. Simo played 18 games in 2019, and I think there's a few ways to look at this. He was a real beneficiary of having someone like a Nick Newman in the side, who obviously came in and played that role across half-back as well, complementing Simo on the other half-back flank. And it really allowed the pressure to come off Simo in a sense because, he started slowing down a little bit just with the way he was winning the ball. He averaged 20 disposals in 2019, which was a bit of a dip from the year before, and I probably expect that to dip a little bit this year. I'm not too worried about it on the one hand because we've got a pretty deep backline in there, especially when Sam Doherty is back. There is a little bit of I'm not sure if it's a concern or if it's something I'm just mindful of, and that's that he is going to probably get to a point this season where hopefully, best case scenario for the club, someone else coming up is going to take his spot. I think that's what would be better for the club if a young guy played so well, someone like either a Samo or a Stocker or a Williamson really comes out in the first half of this season, whether it be in the VFL, pushing up for selection, or maybe they get a game in the AFL and push into the halfback role. But I think by the end of this year, if we're really going to be moving forward, there needs to be some sort of a replacement for Simo going forward. He's going to be 36 in May. Now, anything's possible. I would highly doubt that he would go on in 2021, and I can kind of understand the intrinsic motivation behind wanting to play on this year. Again, I don't know the exact motivating factors why he did play on. I'm sure it's got to do with the fact that he's pretty healthy, he's in good nick, he's fit, he loves where he's at, loves being a part of the group. Obviously, he's been probably together with Murph. He's been around during some of the darker times at the club. And so now that it seems like we're finally going to have a bit of an uptick in the quality of games that we have and the quality of games that we play, it makes sense that he's going to want to be around. But I think what we'll see, and I had a look at just as his season as a whole, he actually got better towards the very end of the season. And I wasn't sure if that was just a one last push, or if it was a sign of things to come. He didn't have over 22 disposals, for example. Round 1 comes, he has 27, and then he didn't have over 22 disposals until round 18. Then he had a really nice patch of form there, 31, 25, 33, against those really good teams as well. So that gave me a little bit of confidence going into this year. But I think overall, for me personally, if we're going to be serious in terms of contending over the next 5 years, I understand the nostalgia and the emotion tied to Kade Simpson, and I love him as much as any other supporter, and I love what he does for the club, but I want to see someone come and take that spot, and I think he would too. I think he's a real club-first guy. He always has been. He's not really a guy that does too many media appearances. He doesn't like to have too much of the attention. I remember the press conference for his 300th game now, where he said he was a little bit embarrassed to be, on a list with the likes of Bradley and Bruce Dool and whatnot, and it just probably goes to show the kind of character that he is. So, this isn't really a pot shot at him, but it's just more about putting the club first, and I really want to see improvement from the others around him, and I'm sure he's in the mentality of trying to nurture some of these young guys to be better than him as well, and that's what I want to see. I want to see someone come in and take that spot. I want to see Simo in this year on a really high note, hopefully playing as many wins as he can. And hopefully we'll see. If all goes right, we could be playing finals. Who knows? If we have a Brisbane Lions type year, we'll see what happens. But nothing but love and admiration for Simo. Very grateful for what he's been able to achieve throughout his career. Just the durability and the consistency that he played with, and it's going to be a sad time when he does eventually hang up the boots. Whether that's this year or not, I don't know yet. It seems like it might be, but you never know. Modern medicine and modern science, and especially in sport, allows athletes to play a little bit longer. But we'll just see how the body holds up, and I wish him all the best. What about you? What do you think about Simo's year? Do you see him maybe playing on next year? Do you think this is the final year? Do we change his role up a little bit? Let me know in the comments below.